real estate agents, welcome to the Weekly Closer. I'm your host, Jeff Underwood, along with my co-host and business partner, Joey Sampaga. How's it going, Joey?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Fantastic. We've got a busy day today.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. We've got 4 people in the studio right now, actually. 3 of us are going to be talking here, but Sherry joined us from Security Title here to check it out.
Sherry.
How's it going, Sherry? Oh, things are good. Oh.
Best title rep in town.
There we go. Awesome. We also have Geno Ross with West USA. How's it going, Geno?
Good. How are you?
Good, man. You're going to share some exciting things with us on a niche that we really haven't had a lot of people on the show talk about yet. And I'm excited about that. So we'll get in that in just a second. But how about you first share with the listeners or viewers how long you've been in the business and what kind of compelled you to get into real estate?
So I've been in the business about 11 years. My mom has been an agent since like 1980. So she's been like 37 plus years. So she kind of started me in that, just watching her growing up, doing open houses with her. This is back in Tucson.
Yeah.
So she kind of got me the niche for real estate. But I've always had a business head, I have a degree in accounting from U of A.
Okay.
So that kind of got me started. So I had both aspects. I had a business degree and also with the real estate. So kind of put it together.
Yeah. Good. 11 years.
Mm-hmm.
So when you started then, did you start down in Tucson or were you here in the Valley?
I started up here in Ahwatukee.
Okay. All right. Well, the niche that you're going to talk a little bit about today is luxury. So you've been able to get into the luxury niche and grow your business that way, right?
Correct.
Awesome. Well, I guess give us a little bit of insight as to what you're doing now to be successful in the luxury community or the luxury segment anyway.
Sure. So when I started in luxury, I was kind of networking through all the, $1 million plus homes in Ahwatukee. I knew a lot of the people who lived in those neighborhoods, so I'd always be out networking with them, working with them on real estate. So that kind of broke me into the market. Yeah. So I just expanded from there, to Paradise Valley and Scottsdale. So now I kind of service all the luxury areas, even in Arcadia. So catering to the luxury market is completely different than the normal. There's higher expectations. You have to have higher marketing. So we can kind of talk about that.
Sure, absolutely. When you say higher market, so the marketing has to be pristine.
Obviously. You have to spend money.
So wait a minute, I can't take pictures with my iPhone, right?
No iPhone. You got to do international marketing to please, the highest of people. Paradise Valley, I've sold all the way to $7 million homes, so those people have different expectations, and they know a lot too. So, you got to match wits with them as far as real estate and answer any question they have.
Yeah, sure. So in the beginning, I would think that you probably just didn't start in the luxury market right at the beginning, but what things did you do when you first broke into real estate itself to be successful?
So I pretty much marketed to all, even, from 200 over to, $2 million homes. But what I did was, you got to do the open houses, you got to do the flyers, the door knocking, you got to make calls that are painful. Did all that for, the first probably 3-4 years. Yeah. And then kind of broke in, but you have to be good at what you do too. So, you got to build relationships and, you get referrals off of referrals, and it just kind of snowballs from there.
Yeah, for sure. And I would think that those first 3 to 4 years is what built you up to understand the markets the way they are, right? And to be able to work with the clients that you're now dealing with, right?
Correct. So, you got to start doing all that. I mean, for any agent that starts out, you got to do the basics to start. So once you do that, once you master that, you can really take it to any level you want to. Okay. You got to be smart, and you got to keep doing your research, because you have to be able to answer every question a seller or a buyer has for you. Because if they ask you a question and you stumble, or let me talk to some people, then and you could always go to your broker if you don't know, which is, that's always a smart thing to do. But you have to, I think they really respond if you can answer any kind of question like that. Yeah, for sure. And when you mentioned some networking, what types of events or what types of networking should agents do if they, if they want to get at some point into the luxury segment? So really, there's no limit to your networking. So you can network anywhere. I've picked up probably 10 buyers or sellers from a softball team. Really? Just playing softball with them, once a week. I picked up $1 million buyers from that. You go to networking. If anyone invites you to anything, anyone in the luxury kind of sphere, you go to it. Whether it's a car show, I've been invited to car shows.
Yeah.
You show up, you look at the cars, all the cars people know other car people. So kind of there's really no limit to who you could network with, and you could get deals from the places where you never thought you would get deals.
Huh. Do you have to play softball in just Scottsdale?
No.
That was it.
I played all around.
It picked up those deals, right?
Mm-hmm.
No, that's great. Well, what are you doing right now in the market to be successful?
So right now, it's pretty much, I got my client base. I'm getting referrals. I'm still doing the networking. A lot of my business, probably 80% now, comes from referrals. I'll pick up other things just off my advertising. I do a lot of advertising, and I'll pick up buyers just off sign calls. I mean, it's all. They say, for every sign you put in the ground, you're going to pick up a buyer. So, even new agents, if they get a new listing, it would know what price point it might be, work the sign calls. They call you, even if, some can be painful. They know people, they know relatives. It's really endless. I mean, in real estate, you can meet people anywhere. I could sell you a house probably tomorrow.
Yeah.
There you go.
I'm just saying.
All right.
Yeah, he's an agent. You can probably do it.
There we go.
There we go.
I'll give him a referral on his own deal.
There you go. I'm curious, what's the highest priced home that you've sold?
So, Paradise Valley, I sold a house it closed at $7.4 million.
Wow, that's a good commission.
Mm-hmm. And that was one of my top investors. And then I sold another one in Paradise Valley, 5.5 on a listing. And then I had a buyer for a 6.6.
Nice.
Those are my 3 high ones for Paradise Valley.
All right. So you are working with some investors then, too, right?
Always.
Okay.
And investors, you can actually convert investors from normal business people. I have it all the time. Real estate is very attractive to a lot of people. So when you start talking about real estate, even like doctors, people, just different types of business people, they'll ask you, you've always wanted to get into investing. So if you go out and find them deals, and then they're successful, even the first 1 or 2 deals, they're going to keep doing it with you. And everyone who does that, they also have friends. So investors have friends that are investors. So you can convert people who aren't real estate people into real estate people easily.
Okay.
If you know what you're doing too.
Yeah. Are you doing a specific thing to find those, or is it just conversations?
Just conversations with networking, and just working with people. And they'll come to you and ask you. They ask you what you do. You start talking. And just say, "Oh, well, I'm a realtor."
Yeah.
And then leave it at that. No, you go, "Oh, I'm a realtor. I also do flipping, investing." And then they want to know more about you. You get into a conversation. You got to feed it.
Got it.
You just can't sit there and say one word and expect them to say, "Okay, take me out tomorrow. Let's buy $1 million home."
Sure, absolutely. And you mentioned you do some advertising. What's kind of your main thing?
So, I do a lot of luxury advertising. I do a lot of international marketing. I pay, there's some international brokers as far as advertising that'll get it out to 50 countries, because a lot of the countries have firewalls where we can't get to. Mm-hmm. So you have to you trust that they do their job and they get it out there. I'll do, magazine advertising, locally, some newspaper advertising, But you got to pick and choose what you do. You can spend a ton of money and have no return. I've done magazines where it's $1,500 a month and you never saw anything, but you look good. Because people, for listings, say, "Hey, you advertising here." Yeah, it's branding, So actually, all advertising helps. Because if I sit down with a listing and say, "Hey, you're going to go in here," people like to see that. They don't just want to say, "Hey, we're going to slap it on the MLS and cross our fingers,"
Yeah, no, that totally makes sense. That's something Joey and I talk about a lot, is using the right type of videos and the right type of photography. And I'm surprised still to this day how bad some of the photos are on MLS.
Big time. I mean, most people take a lot of people take their own pictures, and actually, there's a lot of companies you can actually find that are really inexpensive that'll take. And just people, when you have a professional photo shoot at any price range home, 200 and up, I mean, people, they appreciate that, the sellers.
Yeah.
So just that you come in with your camera, your iPhone, and you're kind of just doing pictures.
Yeah. Now, a luxury property, I would venture to say, is going to probably take longer, right, to market and sell.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you're looking at minimum 90 days, usually 6 months to even a year, just depending on the price point.
Yeah, so you could put a lot of money into the advertising to get one of those sold.
Right. So if you're going to sit down with someone, you're going to take a luxury listing, keep in mind it's going to take months to sell, and it's going to take monthly output of money to support the advertising.
And that's the expectation that you kind of put in front of the sellers.
Right. I always tell people, I mean, I've sold things in one day, 1 week, but I mean, anything over 500,000, I always tell people, you're looking at minimum 3 to 6 months.
Yeah.
And in the luxury market, you can look, I always say 6 to 12 months. You don't want to tell people more than 12 months, they're going to think you're not going to do your job. So.
Yeah. Absolutely. Okay. Well, before we move to the next segment, how about if an agent were to ask you today that maybe is new to the business or maybe their business has slowed a bit, what's the one thing you would tell them to go out and do right now?
I'd say sit open houses every day of the week, because you're going to get people coming in there, whether or not they're going to buy right then. You're actually establishing relationships with some people, and they might know somebody who's going to buy. So that's what I would do. I would sit there every day. You can answer your phone. You can be on your computer doing your MLS everyday stuff from an open house.
Sure.
But you always have that potential someone's going to pop in there that could bring you a lot of business.
Absolutely. All right. Well, you ready to get in the ring with the Maniacs?
Let's do it.
All right. Here we go. What's the best advice that anyone's ever given you?
Nobody cares. Whether that be this. So do your job. Don't worry about what people think. Do what you do best. And at the end of the day, only you could be happy with what you've done. No, you cannot please everybody.
All right. Do you have a favorite mobile app?
Yes, I love HomeSnap. So on the fly, when you're out showing properties, you click in a property. Actually, it shows you where you are, and it shows you available properties around there too. And it shows if they're vacant. You can show them right away.
Got it. Awesome. How about, we're going to change this one up a little bit. How about a movie recommendation?
Two of my favorite movies, Tombstone and Wall Street. It's a combination of both. So you got a little business in one, and you got a little life lessons in the other.
Nice.
Which one's which? No, I'm just How about a productivity tool or software that you use on a regular basis?
Flex MLS I use every day, obviously, which most realtors do. I don't really use any of the standard traditional, agent ones. I just kind of network and call on my phone constantly.
All right. Use the phone a lot. So you are making calls.
You can make calls from anywhere, any place.
That's right. All right. We'll have you do one more question. I'll have you draw it from the mask.
This is beautiful. What is that, velvet?
Okay. If you could travel anywhere in the world, where would you go and why?
Yeah, all right.
I'm probably the wrong person to ask this one, too, because I don't like traveling outside the U.S., but...
It can be in the U.S.
Okay. Anyway, it would be anywhere beachy. So, North Carolina... That sounds like a good place to go.
Yeah.
Just to be different. Everyone here around Arizona does the California thing, but it's to be something different. I've been everywhere, New York, Florida, but North Carolina is a nice place.
All right. Okay.
That's awesome.
Well, great information today. If any agents that are listening or watching want to reach out to you directly, do you want to share a number or anything?
Sure. It's 602-751-2121.
Right.
And also, security title. They're great. Sherry, my rep, she will help you grow your business. And I have one of the best title reps in town, Kim Felix, and I want to thank them for having me on the show.
Awesome.
There we go. Coming to you from Security Title Studio. Well, this is Jeff Underwood along with
Joey Sampaga.
Until next time, we'll see you later.
Adios, amigos.
All right. Thanks for coming on, man.
Thanks.
That's good.
Good stuff.
Our stuff on there.
The Weekly Closer podcast is sponsored by Jake Krabby, NMLS number 877141 at Academy Mortgage. Are you looking to buy or refinance a home? Jake Krabby is your mortgage professional. Contact Jake at 480-442-9291. Jake Krabby is a loan officer at Academy Mortgage, NMLS number 877141. State license for Arizona number 0920357, AZBK number 0904081, and New Mexico number 877141. Academy Mortgage Corporation, NMLS 3113, and New Mexico 01451. Call 480-442-9291. Address 15333 North Pima Road, Suite 205, Scottsdale, Arizona 85260. Academy Mortgage is an equal housing lender.